The following is a presentation of the Belly Up Sports Media Network.
You have to play your way out of being on Hard Knocks off-season.
Learn Chinese, buddy. Konnichiwa.
It's a me.
Calling my shot now. They make the playoffs next year with Sanders as their quarterback.
Steph Curry walked so Caitlin Clark could run. The cup should go back to Canada, where it belongs this next go-around.
No, I like to suck on him a little bit first to make sure I get all the salt off.
Where was Nick Bosa on January 6th?
Hey everybody, what is going on? It is Tuesday night. That means it is time for another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. I'm Mike. That's Scott. Scott, I love that it's 3-4 weeks in and you're still every time it gets you.
Because the audio now with the way the music's mixed in there better, it's not and picking up little things that I didn't hear, like just underneath barely hearing you say pause. Like just picking up little things each time I hear it. I love it so much. How you doing, dude?
I'm good, man. How's your sports weekend?
Braves got swept. Whatever. NCAA is here, baby, or college football, whatever they call it now. Yeah, we got college football back. That's my sports weekend. So I don't know. Oh,
the anti-EA fan on the show was the first to get college football.
Not only that, the anti-EA, the non-college football fan, yes, like all of the things. Like I check all of the boxes of why I wouldn't love this game. I love this game so much. I always played with Toledo, Gabe. I mean, that's the best I can do.
Nice. I dig it. Mookie is here. Mookie, you were also laughing during the intro. Was it the learn Chinese?
Konnichiwa? Yeah, dude, it just hits so much better. Like Scott said, the layers. You can really start to appreciate the nuance once you know what it was. Is that first round was like when you brew the beer and it's just a little too boozy, hits a little too hard, and then you dial back the ABV a little bit to really start to pick up those subtle notes. And then you really appreciate the full floral like bouquet of flavor in that intro. Man, it's chef's kiss.
All right. Well, hopefully your mic can get adjusted because
you know what? I'll blame the damn kid. You know what I mean? No, okay. All right. Yeah, that's cool. We're just.
I hear it clicking. Yeah,
we'll see. We're gonna get us some stuff.
Scott has a green halo around him. Mookie is talking through a tin can. We have been doing this show for nearly 10 years.
This show is technically sound, baby.
My sports weekend was awesome, fellas. Went to the FCC game, sat row 2 right in front of where Evander scored his goal. First place in the Supporter Shield race. Hell is Real week is here, so I am flying high this sports weekend.
Get your sign. Did you get your sign from First Financial?
I did not get it.
Oh, dude, there's a free sign. All you got to do is walk into a First Financial bank and say, hey, give me my sign. And they will give you a sign.
I will do that. I will go get a sign, yard sign, an all-in FC Cincinnati yard sign. Listen, guys, we got an awesome show tonight. I want to know how you would handle getting a toughness rating of 0 in college football because one player did. I think college football is turning into NASCAR, and we have the first domino that might be falling in that. There's a Canadian soccer team that went full Scott Kaiser Petty over the weekend, and we've got to talk about that. Apparently Tupac got smoked and not like just shot, like he got actually smoked. So we'll get into that story. And I saw Jerry Maguire, and we're going to talk about that too. We will get into that one. Scott, I know you're very excited about the fact that we finally,
especially after we said that we're going to talk about it last week, and then proceeded to spend the next 40 minutes to the end of the show not talking about that. So we're going to get to it today, folks. I promise.
We will. Hopefully we will get to that, and then I don't forget. Before we do, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. As always, we rate them on Caesar scale, dog or no dog. Scott, what is in your mug tonight, dog or no dog?
I was giving the boys a little preview before the show saying how excited I was because just the name alone combines two things that are very near and dear to my heart. Coming at you from J. Reckfield Brewing Company down in Miami is cooler than a Tauntaun's toenails.
Oh,
it is just a 6% sour with blue raspberry infused. That's it. Nothing fancy, nothing crazy. But when I saw Star Wars combined with Outcast, I'm like, that's me all day. Would have this beer. Gonna rate it a dog no matter what it tastes like. But I mean, for its, to give it its props. I mean, it tastes like a blue raspberry sour. It tastes kind of like a melted bomb pop, just the blue raspberry part. It's delicious. Dog all the way, or a tauntaun, if you will.
I understand that reference.
Yes. Also, I don't know if you can see the can art. No, you can't. Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
Look.
there it is. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. Love it, man.
Good can art. Mookie, let's check in on your audio.
Yeah, any better? Probably not, though, huh?
Nope, still same input.
This piece of shit. Fucking Windows.
It's fine. Roll with it.
It's like it was fine before
what?
the show started, too. That's the weird part.
Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, point is, this beer is actually probably the same as my mic output because it should be good. It's called Coffee Milk Stout Straight Up. Milk stout with Sweet Bloom Coffee Roasters, Los Idolos Coffee, 6.8%, and it should be really good. It might not be because it's like 3 years old though, so I don't know for sure. Maybe it'll grow on me, but not living up to what I would expect. And let's just hope we get a little buzz, and maybe things will turn around.
We'll taste it. Give us a little dog or no dog on there.
Ugh.
Oh, that's not a good reaction.
Yeah. I've already had multiple sips, thinking, okay, more will make it better, and I don't think I can. I don't think I can fairly judge this because I do think it's one of the 3-year-old beers, but we'll get through it. It'll be fine.
There you go. I appreciate you manning up and sucking one up for the team there. Yes, I meant that on purpose. Tyson said he can really appreciate Mookie's microphone tonight. And he's also got a picture today that says Star Wars. The Force One. I can't tell exactly what I'm assuming. The Force One action. I don't know what he's saying there, but Star Wars. Haven't seen that one, Scott. I don't get that reference. Scott said Craft Root Sports Pro Edition. That's what we do, baby. Matt Barr said he's drinking Hazy Little Thing, dog like always. Gabe said he's drinking Lalo Tequila on the rocks. He says it's a dog. Tank not drinking tonight. He's saving his weekday beers allowance for Run the Jewels and Wu-Tang Clan tomorrow. Where is that happening, Tank? How did I not know about this? And can I still get tickets? Because that sounds absolutely amazing. I'm going to Bone Thugs and Yin Yang Twins on Sunday, but I would much rather go to Run the Jewels and Wu-Tang Clan. That sounds way better. And Matt Parson Mookie sounds like he's in a cavern. Echo. Yeah, man, I don't know what's going on there. Scott saying the only his courage is 14% and not sure I want it tonight, Scott. It's Tuesday, baby. That's what else?
Let your herd on.
Scott, I went with the sour tonight for you.
Yeah.
The one that I saw, I was drawn to it. This is Pineapple Pie from Weldworks Brewing.
Ooh, Weldworks is a good one.
They do make some good beers, especially sours. It's got pineapple and vanilla. Not an overwhelming amount of pineapple, but definitely some good vanilla flavor on the back end. It's a dog. It's weird. It almost tastes more like an ale than it does a sour. So it's kind of messing with me a little bit. But overall, I'd say it's a dog. It's not a bad beer.
There you go.
Let us know in the comments what you guys are drinking and whether or not it is a dog. We're going to start this show off, Scott, talking a little football. Nothing like talking football right in the middle of baseball season, Scott. That's how we do it.
I mean, baseball season's over for me, so let's go. I'm just saying, man. It's this season. I thought last season sucked, but Jesus goodness.
I still have hope, which is probably worse. Like, I'd rather be eliminated at this point, but I still have hope that, like, maybe one or two more pieces come around at the trade deadline. Maybe the Reds can make a run. I don't know. We'll see. But it more than likely, my eyes are going to be on football season here in no time. But I'm wondering, Scott, is college football going to be NASCAR? Like, is that the next evolution here? Because a story came out this week that LSU, they're looking for some additional revenue sources. They're trying to figure out ways that they can generate more money and make up for these damn kids that they now have to share the revenue with. And one of the things that they're looking at doing is jersey patches. We saw it creep into the major leagues in baseball. It was just a matter of time until it found its way to college football. Now, there is an NCAA rule against it. The NCAA says that teams cannot have jersey patches right now, but I feel like that rule is going to go by the wayside very soon here, especially with LSU openly saying, like, hey, we kind of would want to do this. We feel like this is a good opportunity for us. So are we going to end up, Scott, with like NASCAR jerseys in college football where it's just nothing but logos all over the place?
Soccer was the template, man. I mean, they were the prototype. And somebody, I forget who it was, but I remember making fun of that. Probably, I think it was high school, early college, and it might have even been Cody said, like, oh, you just wait. All sports are going to be like that someday. And I'm like, nah, it's happening, dude. Like these teams, these schools, whoever it may be, they see other people making money. They love to make excuses about being poor and needing to generate more revenue somehow. And this is the next evolution. So yeah, I'd say within the next 20 years, pretty much all of the bigger sports will be giant soccer jerseys. That's no good. I don't like it, but
soccer is the funny one to me because it's the logo there, the corporate sponsor is more prominent than the team logo.
Yeah, that's always thrown me off too. I mean, I don't know how long it was before I figured that out, that was not how it was. Like before European soccer kind of got more mainstream here, I was just like, why the hell are the teams just named after companies? Like that's so stupid. Yeah. Little slow on that one.
Why is there Emirates playing in every single game? Is that like the Cardinals in England? What is this? That's so crazy. But yeah,
it's the Wildcats.
I don't want to get to that point though, man. Mookie is backstage. Let's try to bring Mookie in here and see. Mookie, how do you feel? Let's see if the microphone's working. How do you feel about logos on college football uniforms?
Let's go, man. Everybody gets paid.
Audio's fixed. Woo!
Thank God. It only took rebooting like 19 times. Like, ugh. And the funniest part is there's this like little banner here at the top of Streamer. It's saying there seems to be some issues with the latest versions of some browsers. Don't worry.
Yeah, that's why I had to turn off my green screen.
Like,
yep, because that was giving me all the headaches last night.
Right. Because they're over here like, well, if it's with your virtual background touch up my appearance. Like, no, bitch, your entire thing is broken. Like, fix it. Get good.
Why are you updating your browser, you nerd? Like I sit there and wait until Chrome forces the browser update.
Well, because
that's why I had to turn off the thing because I was like, I'm not updating shit. What workarounds we got?
Because I turned this computer off.
Too loud. Go back to the echo.
What in the hell, Tyson? Oh my God, no, can't get that. I don't.
Wait, no. Hold on, Mook. You got that comment away way too quickly. I need you to I need you to look at that image.
That's why I got the comment away. I'm like, that is, you know what that is? That's a teaser for Mike's little video he's going to be dropping later on the Discord, to try to boost content.
The Discord? The Discord?
The Discord?
Discord? Whatever. I don't know, man. Like,
you said it weird.
Yeah, no, I'm here for it because here's the thing. It's not just the money that you're going to get by putting the logo on the jersey, but this is also a great way to sell more jerseys because every year they're going to change the logo sponsor, which means every year you've got to buy a new jersey.
No.
Soccer was way ahead of the curve on this one, and honestly, it's going to only get better. But I will say, though, I hate to plug Chelsea and give the Blues credit for something, but by advancing as far as they did.
Wait, what?
Yeah, fucking Chelsea. By making it to the semifinals of the Club World Cup, they made $61 million.
Wow.
That's insane. And they just advanced to the finals earlier today. So, like, they're raking in the dough where they're one of the few teams who actually win a season without a jersey sponsor because they were broke AF. But
I'm for it, man. Why not? Like, put it on there. Like, now let's be honest. I don't want to see some nasty implementation of this. You got to make it look good and fit with the scheme, right? I don't want to see some like hot pink Victoria's Secret emblem on Notre Dame's Navy jerseys, but like, there's definitely room to really squeak some extra cash out of this. Why not? What's the downside?
Gabe said Guinness for Notre
Oh,
Dame.
that'd be brilliant.
That's a great pairing right there. But see, that's the team I thought of when I saw this story. I was like, there is no way Notre Dame will be the last one to allow that to happen, because the old heads at Notre Dame are gonna bitch and moan about, oh, you can't change the uniform. They already get so pissed about the Shamrock series. Can you imagine if there was a Guinness patch on the front of Notre Dame's uniform? What those OWCs would be crying about?
No, change my mind. We need
because, like, they'd be like, yeah, man, Guinness, I love beer.
If it's gonna make old heads mad, I'm in. Sign me up. Put all the ads. Big old fucking banners.
See, like, this is what I'm here for too, because Matt Barr chimed me in saying that Georgia should use Uber. Like, yeah, like that's the opportunity that's here for us guys.
All right, now we got to find teams like best corporate sponsor. So let us know in the chat what's the best corporate sponsor for a team that you can come up with. We're gonna try to knock off Georgia using Uber. Tyson said Trojan condoms for USC.
Oh, that's natural too.
Solid. That's pretty solid. A little on the nose though. That's a little on the nose. Georgia and Uber.
I usually put it on the tip, but whatever. Huh? Well, that's a deep sigh. Fix your mic, Mookie.
You know, you can't win here.
Hank asking the right question, though. Will it be aimed at college kids? So is it going to be like Natty Light, Condom Depot, and Plan B? Or is this more geared towards the people watching at home, where like you're going to get the corporate ads that you see, like where the Reds have Kroger on their jerseys?
Yeah.
I like the idea of it being geared just towards college kids, and they're like hitting up just like crappy brands to try to like sell to college kids. Like, oh man, these kids love this shit beer, so let's have them on their jerseys.
Gabe saying I deserve the air horn, and I agree with Gabe.
I don't think that was not an air horn moment for me.
Well, some of us like to be wrong, but go ahead.
Mook, did you pull that one up? Go
there
ahead.
it is.
Saying Dawn dish liquid for BYU because you soak in it.
That's better. That's okay. So now Tyson went
there.
the other way. He was so on the nose with Trojan condoms in USC that now it's like such a stretch.
It's
Oh, I like that though. Like the ones, some of them that have to make you think just a tad. You'll be like, oh, you know, Guinness makes sense with the Irish or whatever. But I like that, like the dish detergent. Because
is it too far of a callback if Ohio State got like Rick's tattoo shop?
Yeah, it's
no.
That's too far of a callback. You can't go that one.
All right.
You were right on that, Scott. You were on board with that one.
Actually, well, I mean, I was trying to think of something to reference. We ain't here to do school, so I mean, they could just have Ohio State logo on there. Like,
there you go. Right? Yeah.
is that an ad of your own school? Like, yeah, because we ain't here to do it.
Yourself.
Is a Michelle game moving money around inside the different departments?
You know what? No, you know what would be even better is if, like, somehow, some way, Michigan worked it out that they sponsored Ohio State's jersey, so they would have to put an M on there.
That'd be pretty good. I think it'd be pretty cool to see like Ray Lewis just sponsor the Florida Gators uniform. From one murderer to a team with another murderer that was on there. You know, just to kind of pass the torch on. Gabe said Louisville and a popular strip club joint.
Oh, well, then if that's the case, Miami, the school that Ray Lewis went to, actually, so it would make much sense as that. But they should hurry up before it's shut down and get a FEMA logo on there for them. That'd be great for them. Like I said, though, better hurry.
Damn, this would be a great time.
Hold on. Sorry, Mook. He does deserve it for that. That was a deserved one.
I mean, it works out perfectly. The Hurricanes, FEMA's always there, or they were always there before. Yeah. things stuff.
Could this be the moment
Big
that
beautiful things.
LeVar brings back Big Baller Brand?
Did it ever leave? Undefeated, never lost.
Are we gonna stop at one patch? Like, I don't think that's gonna be the end.
No. The evolution is much
No,
more than one
yeah,
patch. I'm waiting for major leagues to move on from the one patch. Although I did learn, like, end of last week or something, I saw where it's like there are 6 holdouts that do not have any patches or logos on their jerseys.
In MLB?
Yes, and the White Sox were one of them. That's the one that stood out to me. I'm like, the White Sox, really? I figured
That's shocking.
Yeah, I was
No,
like,
no,
I figured they would have went first. I figured Jerry Reinsdorf would have just done it without approval.
You're looking at it wrong. Nobody wants to be associated with the White Sox. There's no one offering them money to put their patch on their jersey.
Go.
That's the thing.
That's fair.
There you go.
Right.
Couple other nominations in the chat here, fellas. Tyson said, "Whatever team Sean Miller is coaching, an antiperspirant." So that's a good combo right there. And yes, thank you, Gabe. It's Texas. He's hook 'em. Matt Barr said, "Georgia State in Atlanta needs Magic City. The lemon pepper highlights need to happen." Whitey said, "Miami U and Plan B." Apparently that's a good combo there.
If you know, you know. I mean, in the same vein, any type of fungal infection company up there at BG might work.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're right. What's that HPV vaccine?
For the itching and the scratching.
Mm-hmm. Boom! Tough acting's enacted, not just for feet anymore.
You get it.
All right.
Imagine that one-stop shop, like spray it on my feet, spray it on my groin. No more itching.
Go, baby.
Oh shit! All right. Well, I think we've exhausted some possibilities there. But just yes, Scott, Mookie did make a funny.
Happens about once a month, Scott.
There are shows,
That seems a little generous.
no, there are shows where Mookie's on, where he comes in hot. He doesn't sustain through the whole show, but like he'll give us a good 45, 50 minutes of just solid Mookie, and then it's just off the rails, downhill. Can't buy a joke.
I'll pitch an immaculate inning and end up with like 5 earned, 4 walks, 2 Ks, and then like the loss or no decision. It'd be no decision. Yeah. Okay, West Virginia, sponsored by Dare. Yeah, this needs to happen.
I'm on board now. I think that this is what needs to happen is that your rival needs to be the one that chooses your corporate sponsor that you're allowed to have.
Oh yeah.
So you are not allowed to pick. It's your arch rival gets to determine what your corporate sponsor is.
And here come the Buckeyes, brought to you by Vagisil. I feel like Michigan would be on board with choosing giant pink ass Vagisil logo on that red and gray jersey. You'd love to see it.
So it might be the ABV, but the stout's growing on me, man. It don't taste quite so funky anymore. So maybe I just needed a minute for it to settle in. Maybe that's
and it's helping you because Scott said, and a correct baseball reference. What Mookie is this? Oh shit! Somebody get the air horn ready.
Boy, I got you. Mm-hmm.
Oh no! Oh no!
It's sponsored by Nambla.
Yeah, that was a double pressure.
Woo!
I just saying tank, and Whitey said, "Damn." There's no topping it, fellas. That's it. Penn State's sponsored by Nambla. We can close the book on that section of the show.
Yeah.
The Kentucky kicker took a big L in the college football game, Scott. I don't know if you've played as Kentucky or played against Kentucky, but every time these games come out, obviously ratings are important, and it happens in Madden too. Everybody looks at their ratings to see where they're rated. The Kentucky kicker got rated a 0 in toughness. Like his toughness rating in the game was 0. And I have to know, guys, let's say you are a college athlete. Even if you are a kicker on a team, you're a college athlete, and a video game comes out and gives you a 0 in toughness. What do you do with that? Like, what's your play to because you got to prove that you're because you're getting all the shit on campus. People are talking shit to you. They're making fun of you. What do you do, Mook? What are you doing if you get a 0 in toughness?
I lean all the fucking way in and try to make as much money and notoriety off of that 0 as possible. I'm not creative, but I would be getting on the horn with my agent immediately going, how do we profit off this? What are we going to do here? Like we talk when Gilbert Arenas and Agent 0, like what are we doing here? Because that is an opportunity to me.
Thank you, Gabe. Gabe's going exactly where I was going to go with. It wouldn't be a problem for me on campus. I would quickly remind them that I was still a football player, banging all the hottest chicks on campus. Because yes, even the kickers get some. And I'd be like, I'm probably banging your girl. So I mean, making fun of me for tough. I may be 0 on toughness, but I'm banging your girl. How about that? All right.
I'm 10 on this dick.
Right. Like, I mean, it is. It's like, oh, really? I'm a 0 on toughness. How many times you played as yourself in a game? What's your rating in college football? Oh, you're not in it? You fucked. Like, it'd be easy for me. I think if people would try to throw shade.
Bitch, I created myself. I would have gone.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be real easy. I mean, because kickers always kind of take shit anyway. It's like, you just roll with the punches on that one. It'd be easy to fire back at any college punks trying to give you shit over 0 rating.
How much did you pay for your copy of College Football 26? Because mine was free, bitch. Like,
right? Yeah.
Period. End of sentence.
Matt said he's a kicker, that's why, and that's a quote from Tina.
And really, honestly, couldn't you probably say that for almost all kickers in college football? Like, how many of them across the country would you actually describe as more than a 0 on toughness? Like, probably 2 or 3.
Maybe. I mean, but again, see, Tank's got the right idea. He says, get a Charmin sponsorship. The softest football player loves the softest toilet tissue. Like, this, again, someone needs to solid here. Because
we're talking about this guy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
no one knows
we're not talking
name before.
We're not talking about the guy who's got 23 on his toughness ranking, and he's probably a bigger bitch. Like, there's some guy. I'm gonna do some research and see who like the lowest rated defensive or offensive lineman is on toughness. That's the guy that should be taking shit because it's like, you play in the trenches. Your toughness rating is what?
We are talking about him, but none of us know his name, so that's not really like that big.
Still, Kentucky kicker won. Like,
I'll know the next time I see the Kentucky kicker. I'll be like, hey, there's toughness 0 guy.
You better believe when they play their first game, it's going to be all over the broadcast, and he's probably going to get a segment on College Game Day at some point. Like, so again, this guy got done a huge favor.
All right, you know what, you make a good point there, Moo, because I do think I can see Pat McAfee caping up for this guy the first time college football or College Game Day is anywhere near a Kentucky game. You're right. He's going to be a more well-known kicker than any other kicker in this class, I would bet. All because he got a 0. And Gabe, I would love to guest on the next show. Absolutely. Tyson has a conspiracy theory. Maybe the lead programmer's son got beat up by that kicker. And that's why he's a toughness of 0.
I enjoy the skeleton grabbing ass, though. Much more important.
Oh, boy. True romance indeed.
Love them cheeks, baby.
That's touching.
I breezed right past it. I didn't even recognize that he had even changed his picture from the last.
Dude, and it's the first thing I noticed every time you put up a Tyson comment. It's never the comment itself. I'm like, ooh, what's the new picture?
Guys, should we talk Jerry Maguire? Because I feel like that fits in with football here.
Did you play the drop?
I did play the drop.
I just don't remember hearing it, but maybe it was when
it's because it was one of the 20 reboots.
Yeah, that could have been it.
Your computer had a 0 toughness rating.
I watched Jerry Maguire 2 weeks ago. It was revealed that I had never seen Jerry Maguire. I got thoroughly shit on for it, and I went ahead and I watched it. Scott, Drew, ask me anything. I'm ready. I've studied up for the quiz. I feel good. It was a good movie. It was very 90s. It was a very 90s movie.
90s.
It does not hold up very well, I would say. Like, I'm sure when that first came out, it was like, wow, this movie's great. Now it's like, wow, this movie is great for a 90s movie. This was okay. Go ahead.
How much does the human head weigh?
8 pounds.
Okay, good.
That little kid's creepy as shit, man. That little kid scares the hell out of me. Every time he pops up on screen, he was a little creepy. Scott, what's your questions for me for Jerry Maguire?
I mean, I don't have any, like, I didn't have any like trivia questions. I was just more excited that you did. Like, I wish I could have been there for you to experience all that. Cause like thinking back on it, it's like that was a lot of like first exposure to some people like Cuba Gooding Jr. Like, I mean, he wasn't a name until that movie, and then he won the Oscar and whatnot. And now you think about what he's done since then and shit. He's been OJ since then, for God's sakes. But that, again, I will bring this up because that was part of it. Came up as like that. I saw this movie with my mom, just me and her. Back in 1996, opening weekend. And yeah, 10 minutes in when Kelly Preston showed up on screen. Never felt more awkward in a fucking movie theater. Never felt more awkward as she was screaming, "Never stop fucking me."
When I got to that part and you had told me that something like that was coming, I was like, man, I felt uncomfortable watching that sitting next to my wife. I can't imagine sitting next to my mom if that was happening. Because my wife has an uncanny ability of walking into a room or like taking out her headphones at a sex scene in whatever I'm watching. Like, I would be watching Game of Thrones and she would walk in just as like somebody's getting railed from behind. And I'm like, I swear there were dragons like 2 seconds ago. So that, of course, that part of the movie, she took her headphones off to say something to me and she hears, "Never stop fucking me." And she was like, "Why did you watch it?" Like, it's Jerry Maguire. The guys told me I had to watch it. I swear to God.
No, wait. Has Alex never seen Jerry Maguire either?
She hasn't seen it.
Oh, I mean,
I feel like it's weird to find two people like that. Like, oh no, I mean, it is what it is, but it's just, it feels like a movie that I wouldn't have necessarily seen because I remember back with the previews, like I was really into wanting to see it. Had no idea that it was going to be like a romantic comedy, more or less, like for its time, in the 90s, not your typical rom-com, but I mean, weird vibe from seeing the previews and then actually seeing the movie, but loved the movie.
All right, Mike, I got another one for you. Who's Rod Tidwell play for?
He plays
Come
for
on, man.
Come on.
Hey, look.
Come on. That's easy.
Well, I'm warming you up, man. Come on.
Dude, how awesome was Ari Spears as his fucking brother? Dude, it was so great in that role.
When he's down and like everybody's
talking shit,
he's just like, I think
he's fine
for this shit. I was like, get the fuck out of my house. Good though. That was great. That was, he was. I will say it's a very well cast movie. One plot hole, guys, that I don't understand. Jay Moore takes him to the restaurant and fires him. And then Jerry Maguire is allowed back into the office to start calling all of his clients to try to get them to come with him. Big plot hole. How's he allowed back in the building if he just got fired? Like, there's no way. And they're all just gathered around like, oh, he's calling everybody. Let's try to beat him to it. No, the security was stopping him at the door. They were turning him around. He wasn't able to get to anything. The phone was taken and confiscated. His laptop's gone. He gets nothing. That was a big plot hole. Took me out of the movie right away.
Come on, like, if that's what you're gonna hang your hat on, like, all right, fair, but like,
I know it's capable at all. I can't. Now, when he wrote up a whole thing where a sports agent wrote up a whole book that said we should make less money, that was believable. But you fire him and you let him back in the building, unbelievable. Can't take this movie.
And you let him commit theft right in front of everybody. Take the fucking goldfish. I mean, come on, man. Poof.
That fucking goldfish, man.
Like, I gotta know. Now that you've seen the film, who wore it better? Cuba Gooding Jr. or Marcus Freeman?
Ooh. The answer is Marcus Freeman. Always,
I mean, obviously,
always
hands
and forever.
down,
It's
The
Marcus Freeman.
Quan. Also, Jerry O'Donnell as Cushman. When the scene where Jerry pretends to be Cush on the phone when Jay Moore calls. this Cush. Go for Cush. And fucking Jerry O'Donnell singing the whole Cush song like
Push lad.
Yeah. So many great fucking moments, man.
It's good. It's good, but man, it was a movie. It was a 90s movie.
Yeah.
By the way, the Bruce Springsteen song, that's about vaginas, right? Secret Garden. That's about
Oh, yeah.
vagina. That's
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
okay. All right, I had to make sure. Just checking. Jerry said textbook realism in Jerry Maguire. As in saying Mookie's not going to do what everyone thinks he's going to do and just mook out.
See, and the best part about that is I read that and I actually think and reflect more on the scene from Half Baked. Like, I think that's such a better interpretation of that scene. Not gonna do what y'all think I'm gonna do. It's a great movie. It's so solid. Who is?
I will say there was too much Cowboys in Jerry Maguire. That was
Oh yeah,
too much Cowboys, including that bitch Troy Aikman showing up. In the movie. Hard pass.
By the way, Tank saying that me watching movies around my wife, trying to watch WWE in the late 90s, moms could smell LeBron panties match 2 rooms. I think my mom knew Sable's entrance music and knew to turn it off as soon as she heard that entrance music hit. Go ahead, Mook. Sorry, you had another trivia question.
All right, this one's getting a little deep here. This is tough.
Oh, shit.
Who does the babysitter insist that Jerry listens to?
It was Miles Davis, right? He had him put on Miles Davis.
That's partial credit. It's 2 of them.
Oh, I just remember Miles Davis.
John Coltrane. But I gotta give you credit, Miles. I didn't think you could pull that out your ass either. So good job.
Come on, I tangentially.
I was better than I had done. I was like, I just remember it being jazz. I didn't remember.
I was really hoping that Mike was going to screw it up so we could hit him with the race card. Be like, oh, so all black musicians are like, is that what you're saying?
I knew what you were
Right.
going for, but I was like, as soon as he said, I was like, ooh, that's better than I could have done.
I knew that's where you were going, and I was like, I gotta get this question right. And I had Miles, and I was like, don't fuck up the last name. What is the jazz musician's last name? It's Miles Davis. Got it. Okay, good. Because I did not want to get race carded there because I saw that trap coming a mile away.
Damn.
Also, him and Rod arguing, and Rod saying, a real man wouldn't shoplift the pootie from a single mom. Oh, fucking Tom Cruise saying, I didn't shoplift the pootie. I mean, that's just classic cinema right there, my man. Come on. You missed out on these gems from 1996.
That's right up there with here's looking at you, kid.
Put it in the Louvre, baby. Shoplift the pootie.
Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but the dude that like made Tom Cruise have his revelation about like taking care of people when the little kid, when the son flicked him off in the hospital, that dude in the hospital bed, that's Artie, the strongest man in the world from Pete and Pete, right? Like
I believe so.
I'm not losing my mind. That's Artie, correct?
I thought it was
Yeah.
Eric Lindros.
In the hospital bed?
No?
No, what? Yeah, not in the hospital. What are we talking about?
Hold on. We'll do another Google here and see if we can't figure that out. But I could have sworn that maybe we're wrong. Who knows?
Biscuit Scott said, Jerry Maguire, Kelly Preston, I never wanted to be a bookshelf more in my life.
Amen. And again, that's another one of those moments. I mean, besides the awkwardness of sitting next to my mom, it was like, I was like, redheads, man. They just, they do it for me. That's another one of those moments, man. I mean, you know, females, pause.
Oh, all right. Whew. I was like, why this show's been going on for 10 years. Scott's been trying to this whole time. Good Lord.
I've been trying to shoplift the booty.
Tyson did ask earlier, and Scott, you would appreciate this one. He said, question, who the hell is Renee Zellweger?
Which is the exact thing that I asked earlier in the group chat. Because that I mean, this is probably her biggest role. I mean, after she got these, but again, this was another one of those like this. She became more of a household name then, and I think that Chappelle reference encapsulates that. Man, she's not attractive.
Mookie, have you found out if that's already the strongest man in the world that's in Jerry Maguire?
No, I got distracted.
Never send Mookie to do the work that you should do yourself.
Did you know that scene though at the human head weighs 8 pounds was completely ad-libbed?
I did not know that.
I know. Like I said, I got distracted. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll get the answer. Probably not.
Wow.
You couldn't stand having the camera on you. You were flailing with the camera on you there, Mook. Just afraid.
Oh, I'm not even aware the camera's on me. I'm on Google right now trying to find the answer to this shit.
All right. Don't worry, I've got it. The actor's name is Toby Huss. And as we go through his IMDb here, good Lord, he's been in a lot of shit, fellas. Toby Huss has been a lot. He was in the Weird Al Yankovic movie. Let's see. We got to get down into the 90s. This is still 2000. Holy shit. Jerry Maguire, he was Steve Remo. Nailed it. Look at me. So no, Mookie, that was not Eric Lindros laying in the
So according to Google's AI search overview, in the movie Jerry Maguire, the hockey player in the hospital is Frank Cushman. He's injured in a game and visited by Jerry Maguire.
The character's name, correct. The actor who plays him is the guy who played Artie, the strongest man in the world, in the show Pete and Pete.
No, I know, but the joke is that Cushman's actually the quarterback. So again, AI be fucking up.
I didn't even catch that. I was too busy being glad that I was right and you were wrong on Artie.
Why is that worth noting? That's just normal.
That I was right and you were wrong?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. Thank you, Matt Barr. Yes, that's him. Oh, boy, Scott. Gabe saying Snow Bunnies, Redheads, and he needs a third.
Might need more than a third because Snow Bunnies, like the Redheads and Snow Bunnies, they overlap, my man. Like
no, you can only classify them in one or the other.
That's boo.
Yeah, you respect
boo that. Well, you find a third then, motherfucker, and we'll talk about respect.
Cougars?
What? No, what? No.
Huh?
That one thing is not like the others. Come on.
Snow Bunnies, Redheads. Oh God!
See, this is why Sarah doesn't show up anymore. I feel like.
Again with the overlap. But all right, we got us a third. Oh God, this.
I said those three things are the same. All right,
yeah, so, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like the what do we got here?
If these
big tits matter.
And he went back to it too. He had it and then switched to something else and then went back.
Oh gosh.
If it was divided into these categories, yes, there would be some overlap, but these are the categories you're allowed to pick from. So Sip, Chug, Drainpour, Snow Bunnies, Redheads, and PAWGs.
Okay. God. It's tough, guys. I'm not gonna lie. Like I don't know if there's been a harder question asked on this show for me. Can we come back to me? Can we give me a minute here? I feel like I gotta give this some thought. Give me a second. Mook, say something in Italian.
It's the Snow Bunnies, obviously. You gotta sip the Snow Bunny.
All right, continue. You're sipping Snow.
You got a sip of the Snow Bunny. The redhead, you chug the redhead because they may be a lot of fun, but they might also cut off your dick.
He's losing it. He's losing it. He's
Yeah, I
losing
know.
it.
Then you pour or drain the PAWG. I still don't know how to play with the PAWGs, and so we pour or drain the PAWG.
You totally lost it. I don't know what that was at the end, but I love the commitment to the bit. All right, Scott. Yeah, I feel like you're.
Okay. I'm gonna.
Hold on. I feel like you are the end all be all on this one, so I should go next.
Okay.
I'm going to sip on the Snow Bunnies. I'm going to chug the PAWGs, and I'm drain pouring the Redheads because that's way too similar, and I can't get down with that.
Yeah,
all right.
That's two positive batteries trying to that doesn't work.
Yeah.
That and in your case, I totally understand. Like that makes total sense. Absolutely. Okay. All right. We're sipping PAWGs. We're chugging Redheads, and we're gonna drain pour the Snow Bunnies.
Wow.
But
again, I feel like if you combine those things, like, I mean, you've got a perfection there, but individually, like, I'm taking all of them, right? Like, I mean, I'm not really getting rid of any.
Beggars can't be choosers, right?
Yeah, and PAWGs are Snow Bunnies, right? Like, you know.
I mean, by definition, a snow bunny is just a female skier or snowboarder, typically one who is not an expert. So, a lot of room for interpretation there.
Exactly, but that's where I'm going to go with it. Chug the Redheads, sip on the PAWGs, and drain pour the Snow Bunnies.
That was the thing we just did live on the internet, fellas.
Yep.
Soccer. The Vancouver Whitecaps pulled an all-time team petty move this weekend, Scott, because they were playing the LA Galaxy on the 4th of July in LA. And LA advertised post-game fireworks. Celebrate the 4th of July with some post-game fireworks starting after the game ends, conclusion of the game, stick in your seats. We're going to light off some fireworks. So the grounds crew comes out at the end of the game. They set up all the fireworks, ready to go, and they will start the fireworks as soon as all players and coaches have left the pitch. And the Vancouver Whitecaps had some ideas about that. They weren't ready to leave the pitch, because what they did is then doing sprints after the game, just back and forth for 20 minutes, delaying the start of the fireworks, where fans got more and more mad. They would just run their sprints, which, Mook, this happens after soccer.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is normal.
This is just fitness. They make the guys run some sprints to keep up their fitness if they didn't get into the game.
Right.
Like 20 minutes after the game.
Again, this is just normal. Like,
nobody from LA is running sprints. Just the Vancouver team is running sprints.
Well, it's because LA fucking sucks, man. Like, have you seen that club this year? For someone who won the title last year, I think they maybe have finally stumbled their way into a second win.
They're the worst team in the MLS. This game was a complete shock because Vancouver is like top of the West. So for LA to win this game was crazy. Scott, where does this rank on the petty meter for you? Because you see fans just like, this dude's just looking at his phone. He's bored. People were booing the.
My favorite was the guy who's get off the field. The guy that screams that he just yelling at him. But this is 1,000 petty, and I like to think that it's I in my mind, my canon for this, it's because they wanted to give a big old finger to America. Here for that. The cup not going back to Canada. Sorry again, guys, for that. Totally here for that. And just pissing off general LA fuckheads. Like, I mean, like that guy screaming, like being in, like Look, I'm sorry, but fireworks for me are like the kids thing. Like you shouldn't bring a glove to a baseball game as an adult. You shouldn't give a shit about fireworks as an adult. You've seen one fireworks show, you've seen them all. I mean, they're not my jam. They're whatever. But for anybody to be that pissed off about like them delaying the start of them, fuck them. So yes, thank you, Vancouver, for all of this.
They're mad that it was delayed. This was at like 7:30 at night. That's the other thing that's crazy to me is it's still light out.
It's 10 o'clock at night here.
What fireworks are you lighting up? They're like, God damn it, we're burning daylight here. What are we doing? We're gonna run out of sunlight, not be able to enjoy these fireworks. Get off the field.
You live in LA, dude. If you're that upset about not watching fireworks, like you got a bigger problem, man. Like, oh God, these people.
Speaking of these people, Mook, how'd you feel about that Gold Cup loss that the U.S. men's national team suffered at the hands of Mexico?
Sweet baby Jesus. Again.
They suck. I mean, I don't know why we're surprised. I don't know how we tricked ourselves.
Was anybody surprised?
Like,
I'm not surprised. I'm legit. I'm surprised when anybody says that we're going to win, and then when we do, because since the "I believe that we will win" movement, there's been a whole lot of fucking losing.
Look, this was the B team. Our main players weren't even playing.
I've heard that excuse before.
No, like seriously, listen.
I know, but I've heard that before.
I get it, but what?
And then we get our asses clapped when we actually put our guys in there. What's it matter?
My point being, with this team, I didn't expect them to make it to the final. Like I was like, damn, all right. Diego Luna strapped his team on his back and took him to the final. Freeze is standing on his head in penalty kicks to get him.
Oh God, he's a piece of shit. Freeze sucks. Like, are you kidding me? Like
Tim Howard forever, baby.
He did a better job when he played on God damn it, what was it?
Harvard.
Shameless. Like he did better when he was playing that role in Shameless than he did this entire tournament. Like he got lucky in a penalty shootout. Like every once in a while, preparation finally shows up, but you could see the guy was shook the whole tournament. He was bobbling balls left and right, making awkward ass saves. Like. Oh, God. To hear the conversation whether him or Matt Turner should be our number one to me is appalling.
I don't think anybody's saying that anymore. I think they've...
Not anymore. Yeah, exactly. Not after that.
It is not your number one. But I think this gives us hope, right? Because, Mook, yes, they lost to Mexico, but
Dude,
there was
they were so far outclassed.
But they weren't. They were down 2-1. Like,
did you watch that game?
Yes, I watched that game. Mexico is clearly the better squad on the field. But
Hands
again,
down.
It's our B team, and we hung with them. You could be outclassed, and they didn't let them score. It was 2-1, and if it wasn't for a missed handball in the box where we should have gotten a penalty kick, we might be looking at going to PKs to decide that game. Like, you can't deny that. That's a missed call. That's a bad call.
Yes,
Poach is right saying that if that was on the other side of the field, they would call that all day. But because
if it wasn't inside the box, they call it. You're right. Like what I found really funny was Taylor Twellman tweeting about it and getting all upset or whatever, and then someone asking Grok about it, and Grok, like the Twitter AI bot, pulled out the actual letter of the law from the rules of the game, and actually it was spot on that regardless of what happens, if the player handles the ball while using their hand to support themselves from falling to the ground, it is not considered an unnatural act and therefore not a handball. It just so happened the dude did it in a way that stopped the ball in the middle of the box and like did himself a nice little Harlem Globetrotters move on it. But even then, man, if we get that call, we're still losing 4-2. Like,
no, we're not.
Yes, we are, dude. Those kids were peeing down their leg from the minute that they scored that spot kick 4 minutes in. The only reason that goal went in, it was because YouTube TV was shitting itself and nobody was able to see what was happening, and so America didn't realize that they weren't supposed to be on that field. You can't convince me that team was going to in any way hang with Mexico for 120 minutes, let alone through penalties. Like, it just wasn't happening. Their tactics, their press, their everything was against us. And you want to say it was the B team, but still, Mexico's B team would still run that team out the building.
But they did hang with them for 90 minutes. That's why I don't. I'm
Right.
confused by your logic that like they would get blown out if it went. I don't think that's the case. They hung with them the whole game. This was a team that I didn't expect to get out of the quarterfinals, and they made it to the finals and hung with Mexico. I'm. And
why
it's
is that any better than anything else we've seen, though? We're seeing no progress, nothing different. The B team, these are guys who had stuff to prove, and for the most part, besides Diego Luna, not many of them really did that. Like a lot of these guys were having their last shot at being able to be considered legitimate national team players. And where was the progress? Like, it's just, god damn, man. That's why when they were head to head with the U.S. women's team, I watched that match instead.
Well, that's fair. I mean, you want to watch the better team. Scott, what do you make of these stars from the U.S. men's national team not playing in this tournament? Like, Pulisic wasn't there. Tim Weah wasn't there. You had like a bunch of dudes that went to the Club World Cup instead of going to the Gold Cup. You know what this was? Like, in all honesty, this was those guys saying, we're the best you got. We'll do whatever the fuck we want. Where are you going to go? That was essentially what Pulisic and these guys said to U.S. men's national team. What do you make of that, Scott? Like that we're in a spot that these guys can kind of hold the team hostage and do whatever they want.
Americans thinking they're better than us and holding the rest of us hostage. It sounds like a familiar theme these days. So, yeah, I guess that's what we're just here to take, and I don't have to watch or support it, just like I don't the other regime, so I won't. That's how to do. Like, fuck the U.S. men's team. Seriously, fuck everything about those clowns. They suck. They're not worth watching. If they think they're good enough to do whatever they want, good. Then the 5 eyeballs that'll be on them, that's right, 5, because somebody will be closing one of their eyes to not have to watch the whole thing. To watch them get their asses handed to them in their next competition so they can leave early again. Like, fuck them.
Mm-hmm. The Gold Cup final delivered 3.73 million viewers, making it the most watched Gold Cup broadcast in English language U.S. television history.
Yeah, that's cool. They're still going to get their asses handed to them next time they
well, because Mike, there really isn't anything where they're like, yes, but this many were U.S. fans versus all the Mexican fans that were there to watch their team show up and show out like always. Like, oh man, I just even like, could we at least have had like cool uniforms or something? Like, this gives me zero excitement for next year's World Cup.
Those Mexico all black uniforms.
Oh, they're so filthy.
Fire. They are absolute fire. And also the dude's goal celebration where he brought out for Diogo was heart-wrenching. Was that his celebration? Was that Diogo's
video game one? Yeah.
All right. I didn't know the connection between
because it wasn't just like there was a lot, dude. It's sad to see, but at the same time, there were a lot of people hitting that celly over the course of the weekend. Now, unfortunately, it came out that he was, we'll say, channeling his inner Georgia Bulldog when the accident happened. But, it's one of those moments where it brings the community together and it makes you feel like there's still some good in this world. Sucks that that's how it has to go down. I think it was like 3 weeks after the dudes got married.
2 weeks.
2 weeks? Yeah. Like,
I read a lot of like British newspapers after it happened because that's where most of the coverage was, since obviously he played for Liverpool. And it was like after a fortnight of being married, the tragedy struck. And I was like, man,
14 days.
Yeah, England.
Thank you for thank you, high school literature, for the drop in that knowledge. I'll never forget what a fortnight is. That was one of those vocab words in the arena. It's like a fortnight. Oh, it's 2 weeks, 14 days. I'm like, let's just say 2 fucking weeks. Always stuck with me whenever I hear it. I'm like, what a snooty ass way to say 2 weeks. A fortnight.
Hashtags Brits be Britain. Britain?
Chiming in the background. 14 days. Like in the Got the math for you. I got
Go for Kush.
Kushlash.
Kushlash.
Have a drop for this, fellas, but we got to talk about this Jake Paul stuff because what a wild series of events in the Jake Paul.
Go ahead. There's a drop for everything, my man.
Absolutely.
What a wild series of events in the Jake Paul circus. So I'm going to recap this for you guys in case you missed it over the last week or so. Here's what happened in Jake Paul's world. Jake Paul fights Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. and wins. This is another one of, but it's a typical Jake Paul fight where it's a name that people recognize, but nobody that's going to give him a big challenge, right? Like this is Jake Paul's MO. He wins the fight handily, like he just completely outclassed Chavez Jr. Shortly after that fight, news breaks that Chavez Jr. was arrested by ICE and is facing deportation because of alleged ties to the Mexican cartel. Wow, that's crazy. Then the next day, the WB announces, hey, Jake Paul is now ranked number 14 and is eligible for a title fight in the cruiserweight division.
What?
How the fuck does that happen? He beats Chavez Jr., who's not that big of a name. Like his biggest name and the biggest fight that Jake Paul has won is a 55-year-old Mike Tyson, right? Crazy that he's now ranked 14 in the cruiserweight division.
I thought Don King passed away.
It gets crazier because then there's blowback to Jake Paul being ranked 14th. They reach out to the 14th ranked fighter, and he's like, I wake up, I'm 20-0 with 16 knockouts. I've fought my way up. I'm number 14. I get moved down to number 15 because Jake Paul beats Julio Cesar Chavez. No, that's complete bullshit. Boxers start to revolt, start to fire back. The WBA says, you know what? We're going to review this. Maybe, I don't know. We're meeting this week. We'll talk about it. And then as we're waiting to see what
something crazy.
As we're waiting to see what the WBA does, a name comes out as somebody who wants to fight Jake Paul next. I'll give you guys the guesses. I don't think anybody can guess it. Scott, who's your guess as to who wants to fight Jake Paul next?
Based on the cartoon characters that he's been fighting, I'll just throw a name out there. Rick Moranis.
Rick Moranis. Good guess. Good guess. The gatekeeper, Mookie. Who's your guess?
Manny Pacquiao.
Manny Pacquiao. Good guess. Incorrect. Scott, you want another one? You want to go again? Round 2?
Damn. No.
Brock Lesnar.
That's solid. That's solid.
Which quick detour, ESPN's been doing their 50 states in 50 days shit, right? And I forget what state it was, but they were highlighting Brock Lesnar for that state. And they're like, Brock Lesnar is one of the only people to hold a, a UFC title, an Olympic gold medal, and a WWE wrestling title. And I'm like, dude, that last one's complete fiction. Like, that's not an accomplishment. That's just the storyline led the soap opera that way. Why are you listing that along with true athletic endeavors?
Chris Brown.
Ooh.
I'd like to see that. That would actually be.
I'd be in for that.
Chris Brown,
I'd be on Netflix that night.
At a Diddy Freak Off.
Oh, whoa!
Is the Diddy Freak Off the main event, or is it the?
Oh, no, it's like the whole card is the Freak Off is like the backdrop, and the whole card is at the Freak Off. Yeah.
How many Freak Offs Lil Bow Wow been to? What's the over under on that one, Moke?
7.5.
Consensually, how many was he at?
Oh. 3.5. Mike is so red and so uncomfortable.
He's
We're
so
doing good,
frozen.
Scott.
Oh man,
It was Butterbean. Butterbean.
what the fuck, Butterbean? No, I'm not even joking. Butterbean's still alive. Like, I haven't heard that. Now that's a name I've not heard since. Jesus.
Butterbean is still alive. He is.
How old is he?
58 years old, and he has said, I want to fight Jake Paul. I think I can beat him. That Butterbean, the King Hippo looking motherfucker, wants to take on Jake Paul.
His cholesterol level is just curious.
Why can't we just get the outraged guy who got knocked out of 14th to 15th? It's like, you know what? You're right. That shouldn't have happened. Now get in the ring and prove it. Like, I feel like it was an easy next fucking matchup. You created
Scott,
the feud.
That's an easy answer because Jake Paul a bitch. Like, he don't want.
No, I know, but I'm saying, like, can we get to the part where he just gets his ass whomped by somebody legitimately? Like, I think that's what we're all waiting for, right? Stop with the sideshows and the Butterbeans and all this other bullshit and fight somebody that's just gonna pummel his ass and just come out there and just poop. Like, less than 1 minute, just center of the ring, bam, one punch. That's what I want. Fuck this nonsense with this dude. This is ridiculous.
I'm not saying I'm not on board with that.
This is why boxing is dead, honestly. Like, seriously, like this clown show with them ranking him this way and the way all this stuff goes, and these clown car ass matches that they throw on just to as a cash grab. It's like, this is why boxing is dead. Like, baseball, watch out. Don't go the way of boxing.
The Savannah Bananas are coming for you, baseball.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Scott, I'm sick of that shit.
In all seriousness, though,
Dude.
Scott, like, okay, you want to see Jake Paul get pummeled by the guy who was ranked 14th and got kicked out. But wouldn't it also be awesome to see Jake Paul fight this guy?
Look at him titties
on Netflix.
Look at that. He's also on the set of P90X. Like, so he's ready to go.
Come on, dude. Like, what are we doing? What is that body type?
I just want to.
What is that?
I just want to see someone slap it real quick, just once. Just give me a little whap, a little slap the bag. You know what I mean? That actually might be Jerry Springer set. Now that I look at that brick background,
it does look very Jerry Springer.
Look a lot like it.
You're right.
Oh, you're right. It is.
Right?
Fan that does it. The fan is. But why are there? Yeah. There's like inclined benches in the background.
Dude, put this dude's gotta put a bra on. Like, I can't look at that. Like, seriously, I'm trying to focus on the background, and all I see is his titties just hanging there. Like,
some tickle bitties right there.
Get out of here, dude. Make this dude wear a bra to the ring. He wants to do this. Yeah, you can fight Jake. You got to wear a bra to the ring, my guy. Either get in shape and get rid of the titties or wear a bra to the ring. Those are the conditions.
Let's talk some baseball.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Scott, how'd you feel about Orel Hershiser bringing back up the...
what a piece of shit. Oh, my God. Somebody had sent me the clip, and when I got the clip originally... I was like, fucking, of course, Dodgers announcers, want to bring that shit up. And, we couldn't possibly lose because, we've spent $1 billion. So it's unimaginable that another team does that. So let's bring up some old shit. It wasn't until like a day or two later that I found out that it was Orel Hershiser. And I said, that makes all the sense in the world. Fuck the Bulldog. I hated that guy when he was a player. So, yeah. Real Bush League to bring the shit up. Oh, I don't want to bring up anything controversial, but it's like they know what's coming. Yeah, again, because nobody could possibly hit off the C-list pitchers that the Dodgers are throwing out there these days because their entire starting rotation has been out since April. Like the Astros spent the weekend beating up on guys that are in the bullpen most of the time. So, like, yeah, unimaginable there, Orel. But guess what? They did. Your first name is also Orel.
Scott, do you hate Orel Hershiser because of his time in the bigs or because he was a Bowling Green guy? Is that more why you hate him?
Oh, I didn't even know he was a Bowling Green guy. I just remember him. Funny enough, like my kind of like hatred comes from the back end of his career when he was on those Indians teams. Like, that's where he bothered me. Like,
that was pretty in the middle of the career. I wouldn't say.
Well, I mean, it was towards the back end because his good Dodgers days were behind him, and I mean, he could still perform for with a name like Orel. Of course he could perform. But I just was never a fan of him. He always looked like 10 years older than he was, too. Like, isn't this guy 40? It's like, oh, no, he's 28.
He won the ALCS MVP in that 1995 season.
And then he lost in the World Series, baby. What it do, Orel?
We didn't even set up what happened, what led to it, but the Astros beat the shit out of the Dodgers 18.
Oh yeah, they tattooed him all weekend too.
Destroyed the Dodgers, and Orel made
made an ass of himself.
The Astros know what's coming. That was the one big story for baseball. The other big story is Mookie's boy doing Mookie things out in Cleveland as the pitcher for the Guardians. Luis Ortiz gets caught up in some gambling allegations, and the evidence is really bad looking.
That's interesting too, man. Because like, how do you figure that one out? Because it was on individual pitches, right? Like,
well, because of the prop bets, where you could be like next pitch ball, next pitch strike, or first pitch of the inning ball, first pitch of the inning strike, and there was probably an influx of betting on it being a ball, and then he threw those horrible pitches that the MLB was like, what? There was also a video I saw where he struck out a dude on his like 102nd pitch of the game, and he strikes out
fuck.
And it turns around and just goes fuck. I'm like, what?
And it was on a 3-2 pitch. So, so it was clear like he probably meant to miss. Like the dude's
down the middle. No, it was a meatball right down the middle.
I know, but you have to understand who Luis Ortiz is. Like when he misses his spots, it would be right down the middle. So he's trying to throw a ball. Dude swings through it, and it's just like, that's why he's screaming fuck, because he meant to miss, but he missed and threw it right down the pipe. Like, dude, classic. I don't know how this still keeps happening. Like twice in the same week in two different professional sports, you see video of something. Did y'all end up watching the video of what's his fuck when he, ran down the court to slam the ball in with time expiring?
Malik Beasley.
Yes, I believe we watched it on this show last week.
No, I mentioned it on the show, and you hadn't seen it yet. But that's what I'm saying.
Well, I watched it on the show last week, so I don't know.
I'm a little bit of a professional. I like to be a part of the show. I like to just check out and watch TV every once in a while. Well, I saw it after the fact.
But yeah, I mean, it's just like, how is it that in 2025 that they're in two different instances, there's really damning evidence that this probably happened? It's like, guys, what are we doing?
So this makes so much more sense, because when I read this, I was like, but how could you predict, like, how would you be able to structure this to be like, all right, guys, on my 57th pitch, I'm going to be sure to throw a ball. I totally forgot about the whole first pitch of the inning kind of situation. That makes a lot more sense, because I was thinking it was like, all right, it was like a 1-2 count, and he like made sure to like groove a fastball down the middle or something. But yeah, that's the thing I don't understand is, how is this worth it to these guys? Like, how are
that's
they
what I'm saying?
These things,
like, how are you doing this and getting caught up in doing it? Like, you have money. Like, how much more could you possibly be making? And in a world where they are watching you like hawks to make sure that this doesn't happen. Like, come on.
Well, it's at least in the case of Malik Beasley, and my assumption is also in this Ortiz case as well. It's reported like Beasley owes a bunch of people a shitload of money. Like he owns some like high-end barber shop. Like
that's usually how that goes.
He owes some yeah. So it was, you're living your lifestyle and you're also stiffing people, and now you've stiffed the wrong people, and now you got to pay. And like, all right, well, listen, here's what I could do for you. Top of the third, it's going to be a ball to start off the inning. All right, bet big on it, and you'll get your money back. So I could totally see that's just what it is. You're caught up with some people you don't want to be caught up with.
The U.S. government.
Ice, baby.
Dun, 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 dun.
Now, where I thought this was going to go, Mike, is that this weekend you asked earlier that it was a really weird sporting weekend for me because I really didn't have a whole lot of action going.
Yeah.
Friday came around, I said, I don't know what I'm going to do. The Rockies and the White Sox play each other. This is impossible. This is no win.
How did you hold on? Let's correctly segue into your segment here because I do have another story about this as well. Mook, this whole shift, this isn't even your fault. This isn't your fault. This is their fault. Here we go.
Who isn't having fun because you're the party's degenerate gambler.
But it's
There's
true. I
a
didn't
grade
have any
A
fun.
vamping there, Mike. Grade A.
I tried. I
I'm gonna be moving the shit.
I was like, is he having a stroke? Oh, he's searching for the video.
I didn't think I
Move all
like.
the buttons.
Normally, I kind of go through at the beginning of the show. I'm like, all right, that one's there, that one's there. Okay, I got it. But they, like Mookie said, they rearranged.
It's funny that you're saying you struggled because when you did the transition, I opened it. I immediately knew, like, oh, I'm going for the tennis one, and I found it very quickly, like more quickly than I did when they had it. They had them stacked, and I thought, oh, I kind of like how they have these arranged now.
It threw me. I was like, fuck, I don't remember what the thumbnail is. All right, so degenerate gambling stuff, Mook. So your two teams that you've been fading all year play against each other in a series.
Yeah.
What was your approach going into that?
Pass.
You lost some money. That was the approach. Hemorrhage?
No, I just straight up I took the weekend off. It was really weird. Felt unnatural, but I got real excited when the Monday came around.
Shouldn't you take, if you're betting against a team, right? So let's say the White Sox are favored in they're the underdogs in every game, and the Rockies are the underdogs in every game. So you should just bet against the underdog in that series, right? Like whoever is the underdog is who you should be betting
You would
against.
think so. You would think so. Except they were both minus 110. When I looked on Friday, they're both minus 110. I was like, the fuck? What do we do here? What do we do? So I was like, okay, no, wait, hold on a minute. Maybe there's a way to make this work because maybe there's some bonuses or some boosts or something. Not shit. Nothing. It was really uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, man. Sorry to hear that.
I know. The good news is I didn't really get that crazy with withdrawal, because it was only 3 days and there was some footy on, and we golfed on Saturday mornings. That was fun, and I was able to distract myself enough to get to Gold Cup final Sunday. But yeah, it was something I had not anticipated and probably should have had a plan for, because like when you go across the border and you can't take your illicit drugs with you in another country, you got to have a plan of how you're going to cope, right? You got to have that copium ready.
Speaking of crossing the border, because you've run into this before, Mook, where you've been in a state that doesn't allow betting, and you're like, this sucks, I can't place my bet. California is one of those states that doesn't allow
those
betting.
cocksuckers.
There's no betting allowed. But they have issued a ruling, and I'm interested to hear what you guys think about this, because the California Attorney General came out and said that daily fantasy sports are the same as gambling and are therefore illegal in California. Like he said, and I guess the argument from the daily fantasy sports sites like DraftKings and FanDuel was like, no, this is different. Betting requires luck. This also requires some skill and research and talent in addition to luck. Like there's multiple factors here. So it's different. It's not the same as betting straight up against an outcome. And the Attorney General is like, nah, they're the same thing. Daily fantasy sports now illegal in California. So Scott, how do you take this? I know you're not a big fantasy football player. I don't know how much daily fantasy you've done in the past, but how do you feel in this ruling? Do you agree with California on this one?
Yeah, I don't really give a shit. I saw this earlier and I thought, I mean, if you can't play daily fantasy, then it's no real big loss. Like you can still do other types of gambling, right? Like they didn't take away.
No, you can't
You can't gamble in California.
Oh, well, then move to a different fucking state. I mean, it is what it is. Like, I don't feel like that should impact your life that damn much. And if it do, you should get the gambling hotline number up, because that you should probably call that. Like,
Scott, I'll give you.
I play fantasy sports, but daily fantasy sports gambling is extra degenerate.
Scott went with the red hat. If you don't like it, leave defense as it relates to daily fantasy.
Hey man, eventually you live long enough, you're surrounded by them, you just start to become them. I don't know, dude. Like, but that being said, if you can't handle your gambling to where this throws your life into disarray, you should probably move.
Yeah, don't get help, just move. Look,
get help. I mean, either way, like whatever, or just don't be a degenerate prick. Like, I've never struggled with gambling, I don't really have any sympathy for it. It's like it's easy for me not to want to throw away my money. I don't have any.
Scott over here is like, look, I've never had a crack addiction, so I really have no sympathy for those who are addicted to crack.
Not really.
Get good,
Basically.
Get good or move to Oregon where it's legal,
Again, it's like nobody's putting a gun to your head like, you gotta bet this line tonight. So,
Unless you're Jonte Porter.
Mook, you're a local degenerate. How do you feel about daily fantasy sports being categorized the same as placing a prop bet on the third inning of Luis Ortiz's pitching?
As someone who's up 18% this calendar year, I take exception with the way they position this because it is all a game of skill. It's a game of skill. And that's where I think they really went wrong, where they should have leaned into that aspect of it instead of saying, it's just luck. You're just rolling the dice. No, gambling, daily fantasy, it's all skill based. Lean into that and you should have no problem.
I am good at fantasy too, by the way. I mean, there's that.
Like I said, you told him get good.
Yeah, but I don't need to do it. I don't need to do it. Right? Yeah, I don't exactly. But I don't need to do it.
Winning money. It's not something you're calling the hotline for. Which, by the way, Scott, -170 that the gambling addiction hotline operator is female. Just in case you want to take that action.
Those videos are
they are hilarious.
I've seen of just the dudes betting on the outcome of the gambling hotline, where it's like
for a bench
under on rings is 2.5, and I got the
all right. I will say this though.
Jared as fuck.
I got a new twist for IRL gambling. So one of the best things in life to do is just dollar bets on games, golf, whatever you're doing. But my dad's golfing buddy actually has this thing where if you lose a dollar bet to him, it's not just you have to pay him a physical dollar. He makes you sign it and put why you lost the dollar to him.
Wow.
So again, it's not just that you lose the dollar, said that shit's out there in circulation somewhere that someone's going to see it signed on there. Andrew lost a chipping competition to Russ. I fucking love it.
Missed the kick that cost us the game. 0 toughness rating.
And Tyson, to answer your question, yes.
Yes, Mookie up 18% or 18 cents. The correct.
Look, but to be real, I could get a really, really nice order at Wendy's.
Whoa, big baller.
In this economy,
this economy, that's saying something.
I went to this economy, spent $11 on 3 junior bacon cheeseburgers.
I was just gonna say, dude, it is wild how much fast food costs. Just me and the boys one afternoon, and I was like, this is almost $40 for fast food. It's chicken nuggets. What is happening?
Although I will say I haven't had it yet. I would maybe pay that money for that Takis spicy chicken sandwich at Wendy's. That shit looks fire.
I'm an adult, so I wouldn't.
Okay. Because apparently Scott's got something better to do with his money. I don't know, not pay for shit at the grocery store.
Amen, baby. But also, Takis are for kids. That's what I was more.
Yeah, but I mean, if you throw in that flavor on a crispy, spicy chicken sandwich, that's got to be a nice little twist, right? It's got to be something fun.
I don't need a blue fried chicken patty to get me excited.
Oh no, that's not the blue one. It's the red one.
It looks radioactive. I'm good. The Takis, I just no.
Speaking of radioactive, you seen that shit with the 5-hour energy that glows in the dark?
No.
Yeah, they're marketing this on the radio. They're like, hey, check out that glow-in-the-dark 5-hour energy. Whether you're a raver, an endurance runner, or just someone getting through their day at the office, check out the glow-in-the-dark 5-hour energy. I'm like,
well, what's the point of it? What's the point of it glowing in the dark? Like,
I have zero idea. Other
so
than
if you spill it, you see where you spilled it. Like, what?
I guess maybe it's so if you have to go get an MRI, you don't have to pay extra for like the radiation so they can see stuff.
It's already
like,
lit up your inside.
Yeah, exactly. What does your shit look like after you drink that?
Does it glow in the dark? Because I might actually be in for that. Yo, come check out this shit. It's glowing. Turn off the light. Turn off the light.
It's just the bottle, guys. It's not the actual energy drink.
Boo. Boo. That's way lamer.
It glows under black light. Like,
So technically, if you ingest the bottle and then shit it out, you would have glow in the dark shit.
Huh.
What an old fucking man segment that was that you guys and I'm saying you guys because
I know I watched you as you were fucking changing the camera in between us, and I saw the look on your face. I was like, oh, he's just gonna let us go, and I'm like, I'm just gonna lean into it. Fuck him.
God damn. That was ancient. Now I do have a part in it because I said, I had 3 junior bacon cheeseburgers and they were $11, and then boom, off the rails into old man.
No, hey, look! Don't talk about money on this show if you don't want to get me going off on an old man tangent, okay?
Oh my God, fast food's so expensive. I want to try Takis. I ain't do Takis. That's for the kids. Like, what the fuck, man?
I don't need a blue chicken patty.
Again,
you guys seen this glow-in-the-dark drink that they have? They do? They do. I heard it on the radio. Wow.
I mean, like,
as you replay it, it's even better.
Yeah.
God.
I stand by everything we said.
Are we old? That's the oldest shit we've done on this show, fellas. And we need to drop.
I don't know about that.
Seems like a gray area.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Name something older than both of you thinking a liquid glows in the dark, and that's what 5-hour energy drink is marketing. You boomers got fooled by the internet, and it wasn't even the
internet. By the AM radio. Okay, different.
Bitch, you said name something older, and I'll tell you something older on this show. Jerry Maguire. We spent 20 minutes talking about a movie made in 1996.
You got me. You got me.
Oh man, come for the sports takes. Stay for the old man talk.
Jesus,
sweet Jesus.
Can we just rebrand the show to just be like 3 old dudes that kind of talk about sports?
Talk about sports like old dudes talk about sports.
But there's something poetic about it, Mike, that, like, again, the show started with you guys basically saying, like, how could we do a show that's basically what the conversations you would have at the bar with your buddy about sports?
Yeah, and it's evolved.
This is exactly what it is when you're in this age bracket, right? Like, you go there to watch the game or whatever, but 5 minutes in, you're talking about the fucking lawn and how you're edging, or did you get that new impact driver?
Wait, what about edging?
Day? Pause?
I paused. I already paused. Hit that pause button.
You don't want to hit it too long, though, because
back in my day edition. We've transitioned, folks.
Can we get Tank to update the logo to where the it's just got gray hair and like
wrinkles?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Seems like a gray hair area.
Yeah, that's true.
The kids call it gooning, Scott. It's gooning now.
What is gooning?
It's what happens. It's what Mike's doing when his wife walks in or takes out her AirPods and says something.
Watching the prawn?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I goon it daily then. What?
We know this every morning at 1 a.m., right?
Yeah. Again, yeah, that's right. You're a reminder to clean the pipes.
More caffeine than coffee. You know what I need to do is I need to set my text message to send you one of the sex gong memes at like 1 a.m. just to be like, you know what, Scott, we're here with you.
That's a little early.
Isn't that when it's going down?
1 a.m.
It takes you a while to finish, huh?
Whoa, what? Not 5 hours. What?
Whew. I just told my therapist this week that I'm so like proud of our show and like what we do.
Dude, me too. It's such a good release.
What can you do for you? I was like, the show. I'm so proud of it. I love doing this every single week. And she's like, that's great. I'm really glad that you have something that you love. And I'm like, wait till next week's appointment because good Lord. Remember when I said I was proud?
You're still proud. Shut the hell up.
Exactly. It's just you question why. Why is it that this makes you proud?
Miller for three. Oh, he backed it in. We're going to overtime.
I wondered. I was looking at the clock and I'm like, are we just going to like let it settle in between the three of us? Nope. Mike was like, fuck, I got this bitch. He kind of spoke.
Close.
Proud again.
We're back. It's the little things.
So that Sip Chug Drainpour this week, ooh, that made me feel a little weird. Then we got down to the old man segment, lost all pride in the show. Bam, we're back. Hit Mookie with the overtime drop. Boys, this weekend, our dude was back in action. Joey Chestnut back on the corner of Surf and Sitwell, competing in the hot dog contest and just dominating.
Right.
Absolutely destroying everybody.
It was over in the first 60 seconds. Like it was so quick and done.
What is it ever not gonna be though? That's why last year's banning of him or disqualify whatever nonsense that Nathan's tried to pull with getting out. Maybe it was just a publicity stunt. Like I don't know, because it was foolish to think that last year's would go well without him and that this year's wouldn't like rebound massively like it did.
Well, and that's the crazy part. So I thought he was going for the world record, but apparently he said the conditions were just a little too warm for him, and he only got down 70 and a half hot dogs. Only 70 and a half.
What a disappointment.
That's low for Joe.
That is low for Joe.
He didn't cover. I thought for sure we were getting 78 this year. Coming back because it was like, oh yeah, you motherfuckers tried to bench me last year. Guess what I'm doing this year? World record. He still won by that. Mookie asked the question over the weekend that I think is a fantastic question. Joey Chestnut is 41 years old. He's like our age. And Mookie asked, does anybody challenge him before he turns 50? Because when is the competitive eater drop off, right? Like it's got to come at some point. But he's so far ahead of these dudes that even if he drops off, they're barely hitting 50. Like it's insane. So Mookie, you asked the question. I'll give you the first answer here. Does anybody challenge Joey before he gets to 50?
Honestly, I don't think so, unless there's some freak off whatever injury.
Why do you keep going back to Diddy?
Well, hey, look, it came out that apparently things were okay. Apparently, he obeyed the 11th commandment.
There was consent.
Apparently, yeah, go figure. But unless he gets injured doing like a sauerkraut ball challenge or something, I don't see it, man. Because here's the thing:
is that a thing, or did you just throw a food?
Oh no, that's
ball at the end.
Probably
that's definitely a thing. Yes.
Okay, I was just curious.
So here is one I saw though. There was a dude there who I think they said it was he held the record for spray cheese. And I'm like, if you're competitive eating spray cheese, aren't you just doing whippets? Like, isn't that just drugs the cheese involved?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. All right.
Food for some is a drug, which would explain these competitive eaters.
Yeah, I don't think anyone actually ends up pushing him until at least 50.
Scott, what do you think? You think anybody challenges Joe?
Hell no. I will say that until Joey retires, nobody will even come close. Nobody will come within 10 dogs of Joey before he hangs him up.
Although I will say I would like to see him at some point just start to stunt on these fools and like intentionally just sit there holding the one dog and be like, "Oh, you finished?" Home. Oh, and just, you know what I mean? Just like really teasing him and toying with him, because that would at least make it somewhat interesting at this point. Like, it was interesting to watch this time to see, okay, how does he respond after being off for a year? But next year, just kind of like, yeah, we'll watch him kick their ass again, I guess. I don't know.
He did kind of miss out on an opportunity, though. It would have been funny if in his comeback, he was like, "Oh, you want me back?" And everybody's probably expecting him to do it. He just goes out there, eats one, and is like, "All right, I'm good." Like, he could have just trolled the fuck out of the entire thing and be like, "Oh yeah, you want the ratings and all that." Everybody, it'd be like those LA guys waiting on the fires. Eat the dogs! Eat them! Nathan's make them eat. We want to see Joey.
Look, I would like to see him like give a head start. Like, can you imagine if Joey just?
Oh, okay.
That would be that'd be cool.
Like,
I'd
just left and right, watching Patrick Bertoletti and George crushing hot dogs. And like,
freeze of hot dog eating.
Yes,
that would be amazing. It's like, he's got a 10-dog head start, and here comes Joey just gaining on him, dude, and then eventually getting past him. Oh, I'm here for that. You've struck gold, Mike. This is great.
That's what it's got to be. Like, it's look, it's awesome to see Joey get try to go for the world record, but when he doesn't get it, it's disappointing. Now let's make it competitive. Let's make it fun, Joey. You now, instead of you, and we'll even give him a dog head start, not even a time head start. Once,
yes, dogs, absolutely, by
15 dogs. Now you get to go, Joey.
Yeah,
and then he's got to gain some ground. Oh, I'm in.
Hold on a minute. So again, it's 10 minutes, right? Is that what it is that they're doing it?
Yes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. So in order for what you're saying to work, Joey would need to give them more than a 3-minute head start. Because he finished 24 dogs ahead of him this year in 870. So my Xavier math tells me they would need to give more than a 3-minute or 30% of the competition head start for it to even be competitive. That's insane.
I'm not even worried about it being competitive.
I just want to see the spectacle.
Yeah, I'm here for the optics. Just like cross-armed, watching them eat.
Waiting.
My turn now? Okay, here we go. Boom. Dogs down the gullet. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, seriously. I mean, not to say that I'll ever get sick of Joey dominating this competition, but like mix it up, do something like that just to make it interesting, just to kind of get the viewers to come back. Because now that he came back and that shine's worn off, like, yeah. So next year, like, if he's not going for his own records, like, there isn't a whole lot to get excited about, like, because you know what's gonna happen. But add this in, spice it up. I love this idea.
I think that this is the way to go because it's too tough to bank on the record, because he said on a podcast, like, the conditions play too much. It's got to be like really good conditions for him to do it. So because the conditions can vary way too much on the 4th of July in Coney Island, don't go for the record anymore, Joe.
Yeah.
Go for the showmanship now. Let's see what you can do to really like keep the crowd into it.
And then maybe next year you have like the top finisher, and then you handicap it to make it a 2v1. But the one, it's like a younger competitive eater, like just getting into the game. Like maybe it's even like a first timer to Nathan's, and then you add up how much. Like they go back to starting at the same time, but it's Joey versus the two. Like
I
mean, like something like that, man.
This is what you do. You take what is it, Bertoli or whatever the guy was that second, and Miki Sudo.
Yeah,
men's and women's competition. There you go. Yeah. Like, I love that too. Like, seriously, I mean, before he retires,
shit, I'm in.
Before he retires, you might as well like start checking off these boxes. Hell, get a rock and jock thing going on, like Joey versus some professional athletes who think they can take.
Jake Paul would.
Dude, this would be.
Yeah, no, there you go. We'll get Jake Paul. Like, but see, that's the type of competition I want to see Jake Paul in. Like, again, one where he's gonna get fucking smoked. Goddamn it.
What did Bertoletti eat this year, Mook? What was Bertoletti's total?
46.5. And Pseudo, she got 33. So
33,
combined, that's 79 and a half. So
they would have beat Joey.
They would have beat him.
You can't go Mickey. Mickey also had last year 51. So Mickey Pseudo would have won the men's contest if there was no Joey Chestnut this year. Like that's insane to me. That's wild. Mickey Pseudo is insane. She's the Joey Chestnut of women's competitive eating.
I mean, she got her 11th belt this last weekend.
Tank said we need battle bots involved. Joey versus a robot. I'm in.
Seriously, all of the before he hangs him up, hit me with all the gimmicks you got. Like, this is the sport for the gimmicks, right?
Yeah.
Like, we're not worried about the integrity of hot dog eating contests. Like, boxing just went off and fucked itself. Like, they're like, whatever, we're just a clown sideshow over here. But
so do we?
I'm here for this. And put this fucking thing on Netflix. Like,
no.
Fuck
What about
ESPN.
this? What about this shit though? All right, so you can either just eat the hot dog and bun, or kind of like with a 3-point line. What if it's like, all right, but you throw in some mustard that counts for 2?
Nah.
The mustard counts as a second hot dog?
No.
Or you do something. Maybe you put kraut on it, or peppers, like a Chicago style dog. I don't know.
I'll take your idea and I'll improve it. We'll make it a foot long. You do the foot long, you got to consume the foot long dogs. That counts as 2.
Those, I don't know if you saw those hot dogs.
They're already large.
They're long.
They are. But I'm saying,
yeah.
Go ahead and add it to spice up the competition. Add the foot long version in, and make that worth a little bit more. A dog and a half.
Who was that sprinter from last week? So you want the hurdler guy version of the hot dog?
Yes. Joey's dick just comes flopping out during the contest.
Boo! See, Mike, we're not that
lemonade chug is gross. How dare you, Gabe? How dare you? Eric Badland Booker's greatest event. I love watching Badlands chug some lemonade. That is impressive what those dudes can do with that lemonade. All right, I think we fixed hot dog eating. I wanted to get to this story before we get out of here because it's not sports related at all, but it's weird enough that we have to talk about it because Suge Knight was in the headlines this week. Looking for stories,
which is always a good time.
Always a good time. And whenever I see a Suge Knight story, I gotta click on it because
no doubt, because he says the craziest shit.
Yeah, and this was no different, Scott. This one was out there. He said that after Tupac was shot and killed, they cremated his body, and then his friends and family rolled that into a joint and smoked him. He said that he couldn't partake because he was on parole at the time, and he didn't. But he said everybody else took
That's
part.
the wildest part of that story. I couldn't do it because I was on parole. Otherwise, I'd have been up in there. But see, I was on parole, and you know me, law-abiding citizen. I didn't want to violate my parole.
What happened was
that's classic Suge.
I believed him up until that last part. Now I know it's all not a single damn thing true about that.
How close do you have to be to your friend to smoke his cremated ashes?
I am not close enough to anybody.
I love you boys to death. I am not smoking your
ashes. That's so fucking weird. Like, to even suggest that like, I hope to God that didn't happen. But anybody even having that idea, like I said, that's a weird thing to do. Like, how is that honor? Like, I'm letting everybody know right now, I will in no way feel honored if you smoke me up. I'm just letting you know. I don't want to be on your lips turned into vapor. Fuck that shit.
What if it's more of like a dab, Scott? Is it different? Or like,
no, I don't want to be smoked.
Brownies?
I don't.
Yeah, you can definitely eat me.
I was gonna say I don't want to be smoked. I also don't want to smoke my friend because
that's weird too.
I'm gonna say it's. You don't know what part of the body you're getting. Okay?
No doubt. That's where I was going.
I don't want to take a hit of some weed laced with Scott's asshole. I'm not on board with that, fellas.
Or it's, no matter how much you love it, it's like, I'm not smoking on your lips, Mike. Like, we're not doing that. Like, I'm not. Like, it's, there's I got his big toe. Oh shit, man. Remember the good times. Like, no.
I miss you, Mook. Oh, that was the grundle. Like, what are we doing? Crazy.
Yeah, that's why this is total. This is Suge, man. This is Suge being Suge. Like, just whatever, bro. There's no way that happened.
The irony of this is funny because I was talking to Jen.
But I was on parole.
We really need to make sure we check our wills and update that shit because we got a kid now. So I went into the forum. I was checking mine. I was scrolling through and I realized that I had mine still set to say I want to be cremated and spread at Notre Dame Stadium. So like maybe I need to change it now because this is intriguing. No. If I put in my will, you got to do it, right?
Oh, that's okay. Now we've taken it to another level. Is that just the greatest revenge on all of your friends? Like, I want to be cremated and you have to smoke me.
Right.
Last wish. I picture a lawyer coming up to the bedside as they pull the plug and he's like, I'm really sorry for your loss. Mr. Burlon's last will and testament was to be cremated and you to smoke his ass. So
smoke his ass. Specifically, and yes, we segmented it off. We know that this was actually his asshole, and well, here you go, sir. Light up.
Just for you. Mm-hmm. I'm here for it. You need me to smoke your ass to honor you boys? Fuck it. We ball.
Oh, shit. Let's pull the ripcord on this episode.
Dos, tres, cuatro.
If you're hearing that sound, that means it's the end of the show. I think we just started a new tradition.
I think so too.
It's time to wrap it up.
End the show with Caesar counting us out. All right, let's talk about these beers that we were drinking tonight. Rating them as always on Caesar scale. Dog or no dog? Scott, what was in your mug tonight? Dog or no dog?
I was drinking J. Wakefield's Brewing Company's Cooler Than a Tauntaun's Toenail. Dog. I mean, it's just a blue raspberry sour, nothing fancy, 6%er. Dog. It's delicious.
Mook, you had a stout.
I did, yes. Coffee milk stout straight up with sweet bloom coffee roasters from Peculier in Fort Collins. Yeah, it's a dog. Took a minute, but it was a dog.
I was drinking pineapple pie from Weldworks Brewing. It's 5%. It's a sour. Feels more like an ale than it does a sour, but it is fantastic. Absolute dog. This was a good one. I highly recommend everything by Weldworks, but especially this one. This was a show, boys.
Mm-hmm.
We did some things. Thank you, Matt Barr. Join the Discord. Or as Nicky says,
Discord, eh?
The Discord. It's me, the Discord.
It's fun there. I enjoy it a lot.
Join the Discord. Very nice. that's what Mookie devolved into on his Italian accent.
The Discord, I like.
Tits McGee. Tits do matter.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's always a fun time hanging out with you all in the comment section. So thank you for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Tell a friend. Look for this thing at Crafty Sports on YouTube. You can follow us at Crafty Sports on all the social media platforms. On TikTok, Instagram, Blue Sky, Twitter. We're all there. We're still on Facebook. Join the Facebook group. It's fun there. But we're going to Discord. Move over to the Discord so that we can leave Zuck behind and get out of that Facebook world. The Discord, you don't have the Facebook moderation that you got.
It's what the kids are doing.
It is. We're hip.
We're hip. Hip hop anonymous.
Hey, fellow kids, join the Discord. Shout out Belly Up Sports, bellyupsports.com. There's great content there. Shout out to all the pods on the Belly Up Sports Media Network. We will see you guys next week. Cheers, everybody.
Can't spell Snow Bunny without PAWG.
You'll never walk alone. Hook 'em.
I don't know much about your show or what's going on,